everyone, it's Alex of Astrology and welcome back to my channel. This is my full moon in Scorpio video for the full moon in Scorpio on April 26th, 2021, which is a Monday here on Pacific Standard Time. However, please do adjust for your current location on planet Earth as that time and date may change. How are you all feeling out there? I am exhausted after this week. I am a bit low energy, I'm not gonna lie. And I know that this full moon in Scorpio, I feel like everyone's just like, really? Really? Do we really need a full moon in Scorpio right now? But apparently we do. Apparently we do. And it has been a week for many of us. I actually did a poll on my Instagram, and I will link my Instagram up there on the screen right now if you guys want to follow me there. I did a poll asking you if you felt like it was an intense week or more or less a normal week. And the results showed they were staggering, that like 90% of you felt like it had been a very intense week. And so I'm going to just start by talking about why that is. And then we'll get into the moon specifically. So first of all, it's Taurus season. And in Taurus season, the energies are slowing down significantly from Aries season. So yeah, things feel much different than they did just a month ago. A month ago, things felt a lot more fast paced. There was a lot of excitement in the air. Just a lot of energy moving, and now things are beginning to settle. And Aries season is the beginning, of the astrological new year. We associate it with springtime here in the Northern Hemisphere. Things are blooming, things are beginning. There's these impulses to get things off the ground, get things moving. And in Taurus season, it's time to settle in to some of those plans or those impulses. It's like the grounding or the earthing of our desire. So I sort of think of it as like, in spring when you have those seed pods that like explode and the seeds sort of drift through the air like snow, and then eventually they start to lower to the ground and they find their little place on the earth where they're going to put down their roots, and that's where that seed grows, right? So that's kind of what Taurus season it's like. In Aries, there's this explosion of energy, ideas are born, and then they slowly float down, and then they begin to ground and earth. That is Taurus season. So we're streamlining our efforts, we're streamlining our energies, and we're putting energy towards things that are of quality. These are going to be our roots for the year, right? And if we're going to make it through our year, we need certain things, money being one of them. This is why Taurus is associated with the survival needs, and one of those needs being financial stability. So Taurus is concerned with finances, but it's just really concerned with stability and security in general. So in Taurus season, security is what we're after. We want to know that what we're putting our energy towards is ultimately going to support our journey. And this Taurus season, it's a little bit hard to find that security and that stability because of the presence of Uranus. Here's Uranus right here at 10 degrees. And we have Venus and Mercury, which have just recently passed over Uranus. Last week, Venus and Uranus made their conjunction on the 22nd and the 23rd. Many of you that are in romantic relationships may have felt that little electrical storm. Now Venus is moving on. But yeah, the presence of Uranus is about change and revolution and leveling up. It's unstable by nature because its very function is to destabilize in order to rebuild. So in many ways, it's like almost Taurus's worst nightmare, because Taurus is not very experimental. It wants things to be safe, and it wants to know that something is going to go the distance, right? So already it's kind of a interesting Taurus season for that reason. And just to single out that theme, I would say that this Taurus season requires us to be very innovative and adaptable because of the presence of Uranus. So if you're trying to build stability in a way that you have previously in your life, I don't really know how well that's going to work out for you. This is about like changing with the times, adapting with the times, learning whatever you need to learn to keep up, thinking 10 steps ahead to keep up with it's intense, it's intense, and there's a lot of uncertainty in the air. And what makes it an even harder Taurus season is these Saturn squares that I was talking about. And this is what we've been moving through over the last week as well. Saturn is in square to it's in weak square to our full moon here. So this is a big presence. But it's also been squaring Venus, and it's also squaring Mercury and Uranus. So Saturn makes things difficult, right? When it's in a square particularly, because a square is a 90-degree angle that is a big stress aspect. And this suggests struggle. It suggests things feeling more challenging than they need to. It's like those times when you just want to like go to the store really quick to grab one thing, and you're just like, I'm going to go grab a freaking kombucha or whatever. And you get in your car, you think it's going to be a 10-minute journey, and then you hit a construction thing on the road, and then someone almost cuts you off and nearly kills you, and then the line at the grocery store is like 10 million miles long, and you're like, I just wanted a freaking kombucha. It doesn't need to be like, that's Saturn energy of like needing to slow down when you're just really trying to get from point A to point B. It's really annoying, right? So that's kind of been the energy, like on a subtle level for many of us this week, unless of course you're one of those lucky people where this is just hitting your chart in a beautiful way and you're just having the best week of your damn life. But a lot of us, not so much. And that like there is this kind of like, you gotta just laugh about some of it, but then there's this overarching feeling as well where there's some pretty heavy things going on, because of that Saturn square. So I don't want to like minimize what some people are going through, because there's some hard decisions needing to be made right now. And part of that is because Saturn is in trine to the North Node. So there's these big decisions that we need to make. And with Saturn, we always need to consider things very seriously. This is not like check out and escape and don't think about it time. This is like, you gotta think about it, right? This is very much in the 3D reality. There's some things we need to look at here. This is the big energy that we have this full moon. So the moon is at 7 degrees Scorpio. The sun is at 7 degrees Taurus. And Saturn is squaring in the middle. So this is about our stability, but this is also about our feelings. Moon and Scorpio are deep, deep, private, secret feelings about what's coming up right now, and the feeling that there is a lot of change occurring and a lot of uncertainty because of that change. Uranus is conjunct the sun. This makes the full moon have this almost like hyperactive, very high strung feeling about it. Uranus, the awakener. So this full moon is very awake. Full moons do tend to illuminate something or cast light on something. And the presence of Uranus does suggest that we might be surprised by what comes to light, even if it's just emotionally. But this can be an unexpected event or an added piece of information. Pluto is going to be at a standstill preparing to go retrograde the following day, this full moon. So we will also be feeling, and I'm already feeling, the presence of Pluto, which is heavy. Pluto is heavy and a little bit creepy. There's kind of like a creepy Halloween vibe happening in the energy field right now. I don't know if y'all are feeling that. It's very sub-level. Like everything in my life is actually pretty chill, to be honest with you. But I also feel in the collective like, whoa, there's some dark ninjas creeping around in the darkness of the collective. And I don't try to give them too much of my attention, but it's there. It's definitely there. There are some dark forces at play, and I doubt that anyone watching this channel is new to that idea or that feeling. It is what it is, right? So it's a lot. And we have now Mars in Cancer. When Mars is in Cancer, domestic matters are often at the forefront. So matters of the home, matters of the family, things going on within the home. Mars really wants security. So a lot of people may have things happening with their living situations or dynamics within their home space. And then we have this one other aspect that I want to talk about happening that I've really been feeling over this last week as Mercury got closer to Venus and made its pass with Uranus. Mercury is in Taurus, which is about our values and our ideas of right and wrong. And Mercury is also the current ruler of our North Node because our North Node is in Gemini, right? So the North Node in Gemini is all about welcoming a new perspective. And over the last, it's been happening slowly. It's been slowly unfolding, but really over this last week, I've been thinking of that saying, the older I get, the more I realize I know nothing, or it's something like that. And that's sort of what the journey of the North Node in Gemini is all about, is realizing that we really, in this time, none of us really know exactly what's going on. And a lot of people are having their foundations rocked at this time and really being forced to realize that what they have deemed valuable or what they have decided was right or wrong may be rapidly changing as a result of incoming new information. And the more we can relax into that process, the better for it. And it actually becomes really exciting when we realize how much new possibility that brings in, when we can widen our limitations around, oh, this is who I was, or this is how I saw my life going, and realize that there's actually so much more. There's so much more available. It's limitless. And this doesn't mean that we abandon morals. I do believe that there is constants in the universe of right versus wrong or good versus evil. But when it comes to our own lives and our own choices, this is a time when we're really being stretched to welcome a little bit more flexibility. And this week, even though it's been challenging and a little bit confronting in those areas, it really is serving that function to widen and welcome in more experiences. All right, you guys, I'm sending you so much love this Scorpio full moon, and it will be interesting to see what happens in the media this full moon. Scorpio full moons tend to bring something to light. I think we may also see some cryptocurrency themes with this much Taurus, especially with the Uranus, which can rule technology. I'm going to link you guys to my Instagram and website. If you guys are interested in contacting me for a reading, you can do that at my website, coyotestarastrology.com, and my Instagram is Earth2Coyote. Oh yeah, and also check out the courses section of my website. I have a couple of astrology courses there. I know that some of you are interested in that. All right, guys, have a great full moon, and I will see you in the next video.